Al-Khalasa was a Palestinian village located 23 kilometers southwest of the city of Beersheba. The village was originally founded by the Nabateans under the name of Al-Khalus, and then Elusa under the Byzantines, where it served an administrative center in the Negev Desert. It continued as a major town by its modern name Al-Khalasa during Mamluk rule, but was abandoned sometime in the 15th century CE. It was repopulated by Bedouins in the early 20th century, after Western archaeologists took an interest in it. In October 1948, it was captured by Israel during the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. The population of Al-Khalasa is unknown, but all of the inhabitants were Muslims, for the al-Azizma tribe. History: Al-Khalasa was founded by the Nabateans in the early 4th century BCE as Al-Khalus, or Halusa. Roman historian Ptolemy identifies it as a town in Idumea west of the Jordan River. After the Roman conquest, Al-Khalus was renamed Elusa, and in the late Roman period it grew to become the principal town of the Western Arabia Petraea province. It was the birthplace of Abraham Zenobius, a prominent rhetorician in Antioch. Elusa became one of the first Negev towns to have a large Christian population, and Christians and pagans lived side by side. The bishops of Elusa participated in the church councils 431 and 451 CE. Tombstones found in the local cemetery indicate that there were pagans at Elusa as late as the early 5th century. In this period the city belonged to Palestinian Persia. After the Islamic conquest of Palestine, its Arabic name was restored with slight alterations to become Al-Khalasa. It retained its prominence as an administrative center during the early Arab Caliphate period until the late 7th century. Eventually, however, the town declined and the place was abandoned for centuries, becoming a place where mainly guards and plunderers stole stones. 13th century Assyrian geographer Al-Dimashqi records it as one of the major towns of the Negev Desert. 14th century Egyptian geographer Al-Makrazi said it was one of the larger cities in southern desert of Palestine. However, as the Negev trade routes declined, Al-Khalasa eventually diminished. By 1841, Edward Robinson recognized that Al-Khalasa was Old Elusa. In 1905, the École Biblique of Jerusalem studied archaeological remains in Al-Khalasa, and a British survey drew up the plan of an entire archaeological site. The renewed interest of the village encouraged Al-Khalasa's resettlement by the al-Azizma Bedouin tribe of the Negev. They built the village with a triangular plan in between two wadis, with houses constructed of mud and stone. An elementary school was established in the village in 1941, and there were several shops. Most of the inhabitants earned their living through animal husbandry and commerce, and used a well for drinking water. During the 1948 Arab-Israeli War, the village was defended by the Egyptian army and local militia volunteers. The Arab forces were defeated by Israel's Negev Brigade during Operation Yoav in the last days of October 1948. Bibliography